This is an Ellis Mowers and More product review. Interested in buying this product? The link is in the description below. Have a product inquiry or a home, garden, or automotive product or tool to review? Email me, ellis@ellismowers.com, or reach out on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers and More. And as always, like and subscribe for more product reviews and small engine content. On today's product review, we have a product from Pioneerworks. It is an electric detail sander. And it comes with a lot of accessories. It has 12 sanding sheets, all of various grits. You have 80 grit, 120 grit, 180 grit, and 240 grit. We have a 10-foot electric cord here, so pretty long, and the toggle switch is on the top here, and it has 6 different speeds that you can do. It's denoted by a little digital display on the sander itself. You have vacuum attachments as well, so kind of an all-in-one kit here to do your detail sanding. Again, it's kind of a mouse type design, and it's got the sharp corners so that you can do corner sanding for walls and stuff along those lines. You can also do polishing cars with this as long as you have the right attachments. I would not recommend going and using sandpaper on your car if you want to polish it. However, if you want to do a little bit of paint work, maybe. But what we'll do is we'll get this out and we'll try a couple of the sanding discs on a piece of wood here in just a second. So I have a little test bed set up here. We're mostly just going to see how dusty it gets and things along those lines. I don't really have any finish work I need to do, but I can at least show you the features of this so that you know what you're getting yourself into. These bags each have one of those different sanding grits on them. So you have an 80, 120, I think 180, and a 240. I put the 180 on to start. So this actually has a power button on the back to turn it off and on. The display may not show up on the screen, but it starts at a 4, and you're like, well, why does it start on a 4? It doesn't go down 3, 2, and 1. It's because it's the amount of RPMs that this is going to go to. So it starts at 4,000, and the toggle switch is on the top here, so 4, and then you can change it as you go here too. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10,000. That's the fastest. So we'll just kind of go through this to start on this piece of plywood. We're going to see how much the dust is with this 180 grit. With the 80 grit, I'm gonna, because we know it's going to throw a lot of dust, I'm going to put on the vacuum cleaner attachment just to see how much dust we get from that. So here we go. So that's on 4. We'll just go up every speed here just to show y'all. Should have clamped this down. I just put my foot on it. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see how it's making it smooth. Already a lot less bouncing. Three more speeds. Throwing some dust out now. It's nice and smooth even on this rough plywood, and this is the highest speed. plywood has gone from rough to smooth just with this little tool, so that's cool. You can see that this thing has let off some dust. I'll even blow it so that y'all can see it. So I saw how much dust with the 180. I'm going to take this off, hook the vacuum cleaner up, flip this around. Actually, we'll use the same side, just the other half of it, because it's a little bit smoother or rougher texture on the other side. And I'll try it with the vacuum cleaner. We'll see how much dust, you can see it on the machine here too, that we get when we hook up the vacuum cleaner. So I have the vacuum cleaner hooked up. We're going to see if that cuts down on some of the dust here. I've turned the 80 grit on, or put the 80 grit on. Again, it's super easy to do. It's got the Velcro on it. The thing's actually nice and quiet. Sometimes these things get a little loud. This thing is really quiet to operate. This takes a little bit of getting used to, trying to figure out hand placement and stuff, but as long as you can sort it out, you'll be okay. I'll start this on 4. We'll do exactly what we did with the 180, except this time with the vacuum, because the 80 is going to throw off more dust, and we're going to see how much the vacuum cleaner sucks up. So I can already tell that there's a lot less, y'all could probably see that there was really no dust that accumulated on the sander while we did that. Still a little bit on the plywood, but again, it's not going to pick it all up, but it did considerably lessen the amount of dust that we had. We can maybe look inside this and see if we had any dust residue, and you can see that it was definitely sucking it up. We've even got some, I guess, static electricity or something that came about on this pipe because of all the stuff that got on it, just from where it was in my concrete, on my concrete driveway, with a little bit of grass residue and stuff on it. But you can see inside we were sucking up some stuff. So, I mean, overall, guys, I think this thing works pretty good. Again, if you're, sanding plywood or wood, you're probably going to use a little bit higher speed, because it seemed to do a bunch of vibrating, or you need to clamp it down. I'm not a woodworking expert, but I can at least just give y'all a good test case as to situations that you might use it in, and I can see the difference between how the 80 grit and the 180 grit sandpaper that came with it did. So I think we've tested, proved this thing works. It's nice and quiet. The little toggle on the top is a neat idea. Like I said, it just takes a little bit of getting used to, but if you're going to be pushing down on it, then that's gonna work. That's the way it needs to work, I suppose. So yeah, we'll finish this video up here in just a second, but again, not bad for what it is with the vacuum attachment. Seems to work pretty well. Vacuum hose and attachment feels a little cheap, but it does the job. Probably designed, you know, for homeowner use and not really heavy duty use. So that's a test of this Pioneerworks Electric Detail Sander. Again, it's got what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 7 speeds on it, and sanded down this piece of plywood very well. Again, when you hook it's not very dusty, and it's really hardly dusty at all whenever you hook up the vacuum cleaner to it. Comes with all that you need to hook the vacuum cleaner up to it as well. So thank you again, Pioneerworks, for sending me the product. Hopefully this demonstration kind of shows you that it works pretty well. I mean, it's fairly substantial too. It's not, you know, it's more than just a couple of pounds, and you know, putting it together here with the power button on the back and all that stuff, just instead of just an on-off switch, seems to work really well. So I appreciate y'all watching this video and this product review. Hopefully it helped y'all out, and y'all have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next one.